In our work at Orphans Promise, we often meet children with tragically marred lives. By God's design, these children were rescued into an orphanage with godly leadership.
As they were kicking the soccer ball and chasing each other, and that laughter just struck my hearing. And I heard the Lord say to me, I don't want you to just keep them alive. I want you to give them a life.
Pastor Carla and her thriving church in Nairobi, Kenya, took on the challenge to help these children. What started as a simple community outreach turned into the church taking legal ownership of the orphanage. It's just what the children needed. They met Jesus and found tremendous healing through the love and nurturing they found here. Not long after, 4 new children came to the orphanage through emergency referrals. Pastor Carla remembers each traumatic situation. The night Faith was rescued, she was so terribly wounded that she was taken right away to a medical clinic for sexually violated children. When Dennis arrived, he was so thin, Pastor Carla remembers his little bird bones, and an abscess on his eye needed medical attention. Neighbors found Vivian and Emmanuel living alone after their mother was arrested. They both needed medical care for sexual abuse.
Oh, good boy. You are number 1.
It's been about a year since these children arrived, and they're making great strides. Dennis has gained weight and he's happy and adjusted. Faith was very frightened of men, but she's doing much better. She's a very sweet child and loves to go to school. Vivian and Emmanuel amazed their teachers with near-perfect scores on their standardized tests, 395 and 399 out of 400. They had never been to school before. All the children in this orphanage come from a wounded past, but the spiritual nurturing they're receiving has brought deep and lasting healing, to the point that you would never know the trauma they experienced. God has truly done amazing things.
We raise the children. You're not a victim. You're blessed. You're in God's hands. The rest of your life is going to be different than your beginning was.
Education is the other key component, and Orphans Promise is providing private school tuition, uniforms, and supplies, so each of these students have the hope for a better future. Recently, we received an exciting report filled with pictures of the children moving out of the rundown orphanage into a residential home. Look how happy they are. And Pastor Carla was able to bring more children from another outreach about 6 hours outside Nairobi. Altogether, 80 orphans and at-risk children are living in this safe residential neighborhood. We are privileged to undergird this successful outreach. Once they wore tattered clothes and had dirty faces and empty tummies. But underneath it all, we are seeing the priceless gems that God has created.